Okay. Chapter 13.
You're just gonna get the little things at the end. You can look them all yourself. It wants to stay in my notebook.
Cool. Experiments.
Yeah.
And observational studies. Okay, or another label they sometimes use with this is just like the collecting data. Also, side note, I was very excited last week. I went to the game store and they had the jumbo Pass the Pigs. So I bought them.
Yeah. That was so cool.
Are we doing that soon?
Yeah, I think so. It may just be like one day after a quiz or something though, because I don't know if we can really afford to take a whole day, but.
You don't know how much.
Or it might just wait and do it after y'all take the AP exam, because we'll still have like a week after that. So.
Are we gonna do anything after we take the AP exam? I was talking to my kids.
Hello?
Oh, okay, Berkeley.
What happened to you?
I was talking to my friends that go to public school, and they're like, "Yeah, we still have to learn after we take our AP exam," and I was like, "That is literally gross."
Are we like doing something after the exam? Like when we you know?
No, because it's an afternoon exam.
Are we doing anything before?
No.
Good.
All right. A study highlight is when
Maddie.
Oh.
we simply observe a group of tests, or of test subjects, I should say. And note what happens to them over time. There are two types of these. So we have a retrospective study.
Oh my gosh, Berkeley, I think I caught your dyslexia.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Identifies subjects and looks
I don't want to be in the way.
at
Am I in the way, don't you?
their pasts.
What? Just kidding.
A prospective study identifies subjects and collects data as events unfold.
Are we gonna wear I don't know. I wanted to wear short sleeve shirt. But we could bring 20.
Missed opportunity.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because then when you sent a picture, I was like, I was literally gonna wear that shirt today.
A study can never
What's that?
show
How could you forget?
a causal relationship
It's kinda weird.
between variables there can be other unknown or lurking variables that are actually causing
Can you just let it move over like a little bit? Thank you. Sorry.
How can you not see through you? Can you guys see through me?
the
Like,
effect.
Look around you easier. Maddie just blocked the whole corner.
We see. Good job, Maddie.
I received
And
disrespect
keep
on the
moving it up
daily.
above your head.
Huh?
Studies
Keep moving it up above where we said.
can show
are you calling me short?
trends
I told you you were short.
and possible
That was too far.
relationships that we can then investigate through experimentation.
Why do I write so slow?
Are you writing on the Apple Pencil too now? You have no keys. You don't have to flip through pages. It's because she's focused on making her look pretty, isn't it, Tater Tot?
You don't want them to be legible.
Okay, my notes are legible.
That wasn't a thing against you.
It was. It was. Believe that it was. If the shoe fits where it fits.
The only way we can begin to start being convinced of a cause and effect relationship is to perform an experiment on the variables we are interested in.
I can't spell perform. I'm so bad at spelling. It sounds like the R should be before the E, but it never is.
It's not preform.
Well, yeah, but it like.
It's like purr, form.
Yeah, but I just don't hear an E. You know what I'm saying?
So you do like PUR form?
For. No.
This stuff's gonna sound a lot like science class, just so you know.
Yeah, I heard experiment and I was like, freaking out.
Yeah.
An experiment has at least one explanatory variable or factor and at least one response variable to measure. The key to an experiment is active and deliberate manipulation
That sounds bad.
of factors and random assignment of subjects to treatments. Levels are the specific values of the factors used for example 100, 200, or 300 milligrams of medicine and then treatments are the combination of levels from all the factors that a subject receives.
You know how they made like those glasses where you're like laying in bed and you can like see the Netflix straight forward? They need to make them but the opposite, so when like you're looking down you can see like up this way. I feel like that would be useful for like note taking. And I'd wear them to class every day.
I thought you just listened.
I do listen, but sometimes like then I could be able to see when you like do like indents or whatever.
All right, so an example, we're going to say factor 1 has
How many lines is this gonna take?
3 levels, 3. Two, 4, or 6 hours of sleep. Factor 2 has 2 levels, 0 minutes or 30 minutes of exercise.
Me too.
Exercise.
So then there are 6 treatments for this experiment. Okay, because you could have 2 hours of sleep and no exercise, 4 hours of sleep, no exercise, 6 hours of sleep, no exercise, 2 hours of sleep, 30 minutes, 4 hours, 30 minutes, or 6 hours, 30 minutes, okay? So the way we got 6 was the 3 times 2 from the 3 levels and the 2 levels, okay? An experiment manipulates factor levels to create treatments it randomly assigns subjects to treatment levels It compares responses of the subject groups across treatment levels. So if you're someone who likes all of your things that go together to be like on the same page, we're getting ready to do 4 principles that are all going to go together, and that's going to be about a page worth of stuff. So if you're like at the bottom of a page and you want it all together, that's fine. If you don't care, as long as you get like all of part 1, all of part 2, all of part 3 together, like, then I would say you need like a half a page for the first 2, maybe a little less, because y'all have bigger notebooks, but in total for me it's like a page. So the first thing is like 3 lines, and then anyways, just FYI. Alright, so the 4 principles of experimental design. The first one is going to be control. So we control sources of variation. Other than the factors we are testing by making conditions as similar as possible for all treatment groups. The second thing is randomize. This is like 6 to 7 lines, just in case you're caring about how long things are. Randomize. Randomization allows us to equalize unknown or uncontrollable sources of variation experimental units must be randomly assigned to treatments Okay, when it's talking about like units, it doesn't mean like inches, feet, miles. Okay, it means like each individual like experiment. Note, it is not necessary that all subjects in the experiment are randomly chosen The subjects must be appropriate for the experiment. Treatment must be randomly assigned. Third thing is replication. We should apply each treatment to a number of subjects a single outcome is an anecdote. We should repeat the entire experiment on different groups of subjects. The last one's about 9 lines, just FYI. So the last one is block. If we group subjects that have similar characteristics and then randomize treatments within blocks we remove variability that comes from differences among blocks. People are frequently blocked by gender, age, political views, etc. And just to be clear, we block subjects, not treatments. All right, out of these four things, okay, blocking is not required. In an experiment. However, the other three are. Okay, so we have to have replication. It has to be random, and there has to be a control. Okay, but blocking we do not have to have.
People are taking notes so fast. You don't have to wait for me.
And they're legible.
And all of them are legible. Look at that.
Mine are legible to me.
To you, maybe.
Actually, this is how you prevent people from stealing your notebooks. No one's gonna want to steal my notebook to read mine because they won't even be able to understand it. Is that the last of the notes?
No.
No.
There's still 2 more pages of notes.
Oh.
We're not going to get to them all today. There's no way.
I was about to say, I don't think.
No, we're going to get there as many as we can.
Perfect. Can you pull up just a little bit? Just vertically
I
down.
don't know if
I
we
meant
get 2 whole pages
down,
out
sorry.
of this, you know
where
what I'm
the words would go up.
saying? Bring it
Melcher,
back.
do you need anything that's in purple still? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so diagrams. Hello? I don't like how I wrote that. That was not satisfying. Diagrams are frequently used to show an experimental procedure. All right, so I'm drawing a little diagram here, so I'll draw it, and then y'all can draw it after, because if not, I don't want you to get, like, confused. And then I'll, like, pause for y'all to get it all down, okay? So on this side, we're going to have random allocation. And then there's going to be 2 arrows coming off of it. We're going to have group 1. That's getting treatment 1. I'm going to have down here group 2, getting treatment 2. And then the comparison of results is on this side. Okay, so that's your diagram. So you're randomly putting things into group 1 and group 2, and then they're getting treatment 1 or treatment 2, and then ultimately you're going to compare the results. That's what this is trying to show. And then just something to note with that, be specific in the diagram about treatments. And comparison. That's all. That, yeah.
to do 30 push-ups yesterday
Why?
because I missed a game point serve.
Nice.
I would be so sad.
No, and they circle around you and count every push-up. Like they're like 1, 2. Like not in a mean way, but it's kind of weird when you're just like doing push-ups. I've done more push-ups in like past week than I've done like in the last 2 years. Because you can't say sorry or my bad either, or you have to do 5 push-ups. And I went sorry, my bad, and did this, so I had to do 15. My arms were wobbling.
I thought about doing that. I used to have a coach do that. Every time he said sorry or I can't, it was 10 push-ups. And then because it's team sport,
Everyone has to-
everybody does it with you.
Yeah.
I look at my friend every time she got ready to say it. I was like, shut your mouth. Don't do it. Do not do it. She'd be like, I can, coach. It's like, that's what I
I
thought.
don't think I've said I can't on the
I
court.
definitely.
Have I done that?
I have said.
No, I'm not talking about on the court. I'm talking about just like at practice. Like,
Okay.
oh, you got to get 10 serves over. She'd be like, I can't. Not, no, it wasn't volleyball. It was a different sport. But like, and then she'd have to do 10
Oh,
push-ups.
I
And then the
say I
coach would say,
can't. I can't.
what y'all doing? Aren't you going to join her? It's a team sport. And we'd all have to get down and start doing
Yeah,
push-ups.
For basketball, I say I can't a lot. Like when we're playing the 3-point game, they're like, gotta make these, so serve that. Lose or something, I don't know. I can't do this.
I just say, since we can't say sorry or my bad, I just say I'll fix it for you next time. Like I'm like, that was a bad set. I'll do better next time. So you're just working your way around saying I'm sorry.
It's like you're at the source now.
Yeah.
It's just finding. You say apologies.
No, you can't say any of them. Like we tried to get around it and be like my condolences and my apologies, and they didn't. He didn't like that one. You can't even like do this like at all. You have to do 5
I do
push-ups.
what?
I do that all the time. Like when you like
She does that. She's like,
I do that all the time.
you make a face. You go.
I'm like,
All right.
It's gross.
Just because treatment groups have different results doesn't mean our results are important.
Wait, they aren't?
Nope.
Oh, why are we doing it?
No, it's saying
They're
that
not-
if the results are different, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's important.
Oh, that they're.
That like it's a
different.
big deal that they're different. Yeah.
Okay. I thought
Sometimes
it
that's
was like,
supposed to be the
I thought it
case.
was like, it doesn't matter what you thought.
What are you?
If we think the differences
I said doesn't mean our results are treatment.
are larger than could be caused by randomization alone, then we can say that they are statistically significant. Be careful not to apply experimental results to a larger population They only apply to the group under study. Control treatments. Give us a baseline measurement could be a previous treatment or no treatment at all. I have a very hard time deciding what color I want.
Me too. So many options.
But I really like this color. It doesn't look different on the screen, but it's like periwinkle and it's really cool.
Oh, it's cute.
All right, blinding. Knowledge of which treatment or of which treatments are being applied can affect interpretation of results. So there are two groups that can be blinded. And that's going to be the influencers, which are the subjects, the treatment administrators, or the technicians. Okay, and then the other option is the evaluators, which would be like the judges, the examiners, etc. And then the last, probably the last thing we're doing today, the last two little things we're doing today. When everyone in the group or when everyone in one group is blinded, the experiment is single blind. When everyone in both groups is blinded, the experiment is double blind. Okay, so something like this. Okay, a lot of times you think about it with like medications and stuff like that that are new. in order for it to be truly accurate, okay, let's say you were all being test subjects for this new medicine that's coming out, okay? You would not all necessarily be actually given the medication. You might be given it a placebo, which is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, which is where there's basically it's like a sugar pill, okay? Where it's nothing, you're just taking something random, okay? Or you might be given, like we were talking about earlier, you might be given 100 milligrams of something or 200 milligrams of something, but you don't know what it is because they don't want that to affect their result, okay? Sometimes the doctor that's administering it to you doesn't know. Sometimes, and if just that's the case, then it's a single blind. But if the person who's examining you after or doing the study, analyzing the study after doesn't know either, then it's a double blind, okay? Or if just they don't know but the doctor knew or something like that. Okay, obviously they have some way. Somebody has to know something, but it's they're labeled 1 and 2 and they don't know which one you had. Anyways, we'll talk more about that tomorrow, but just kind of how that comes together and such is there. So we have probably a little more than a half page of notes left, and then we'll get into examples and stuff.